Good day and welcome to this preview of the racing on Gold Cup day. In this video we will preview races 1, 2 and 3 and race 10. Because the races 4 to 9, the pick 6 races, are for paid subscribers only. But don't despair, we have got a special offer for you. I will post it in the section below. If you want to get hold of these other videos and also our selections for Gold Cup Day, you can do that for a cost of 150 Rand for the day. I will also post my WhatsApp number, so if you would like to subscribe to the selections, and it's very easy. Even if the moment that you make your payment and you can show me proof of payment, I will send you the videos, and as well as the selections. Even if it's an hour or so before racing, I can still do it for you. That's not a problem. So let's start off with race number 1, which is a new turf carrier, Dairy Arabian listed race over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting first. Here we have number 11 Nexus at 4 to 1, Silent Crusade 9 to 2, Guru's Pride 5 to 1, Udo Magic at 7 to 1, Count Jack at 9 to 1, Liberty Hall at 10 to 1, Erodus at 10 to 1, Cat Daddy at 11 to 1, More Magic at 12 to 1, 13 to 1 Dr. Orange, and 16 to 1 Indigo. So now, after thorough studying this race, I came to the conclusion that I think the horse to beat in this race will be number 3. Let me just quickly scroll down to number 3, Liberty Hall. Now, Liberty Hall, some of these horses has run against each other, and by means of doing calculations of, less weight and more weight and everything, I came to the conclusion that the horse to beat in race number 1 is Liberty Hall. Then other horses that you can look at to include in your play will be number 6, that is More Magic. Now, More Magic is ridden by Grant van Niekerk. Now, Grant van Niekerk is a jockey that likes to win big races. Even when he was overseas, he won some nice races. He's a very good jockey. Now, number 6, More Magic. This horse has run against some of the best in the country. Here, 2 lengths, 2.5 behind One World, 2.5 behind Bulgarian. There again, run against Nexus, Bulgarian. Here ran as Future 4 lengths behind Capera, which was in the July, and also in the race behind in Famous Fox. Was fastest 400 to finish 23.10, just finishing behind Famous Fox. So I think number 6, More Magic, in with a huge chance in this race. Then let's have a look at some other selections. Here we have number 9, Udo Magic, also Anton Marcus from draw 9. This horse has also run against some fairly good opposition, and also was in that race behind Famous Fox, finishing 2 lengths, half length behind in Famous Fox. It says here, Andy, it's tired at the end. So definitely you do Magic also to be included. Then we have some of the other horses, number 11 Nexus. Nexus is from the Justin Snape stable, unfortunately drawn 11. Richard Farid riding, has also been running well in futures, and also definitely a horse to include that has got a huge chance in this race. So that is race number 1. Let's move on to race number 2, which is the Terence Millard GENIE handicap listed over 1,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. The betting here is Ultra Magnus 22 to 10, Celtic Voyager 4 to 1, Good Rhythm 6 to 1, Gulai Veron 7 to 1, At Altissima 10 to 1, Chief of State 16 to 1, Epic Dream 16 to 1, Traces 18 to 1, Bawana 25, Ishana 25, Diamaza 25, Filippo 25, and the rest is your reserve runners. So let's have a look at some horses in this field that I think has got a chance. My first selection for this race is number 9, at Altissima. Please remember that this race is run on Poly, as is the first race. Now, if you look at this at Altissima on Poly, 7 races, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2 third. So the worst is done on Poly is third. And this was last time over the 1200 meters, bolted in a small future. And I think this horse is going to repeat that run today. And I do think Altissima, the horse to beat in this field. Let's look at some other horses that I fancy. Number 1, Chief of State. Now, Chief of State is from Gauteng. Paul Peter, the trainer. Lyle Hewitson, the rider, drawn 1. This horse hasn't run on the poly, but if you look at the breed in Toreador, they run well by new approach. I don't think there will be a problem. And this horse definitely has run also against some useful opposition in the past. And I feel Chief of State is a nice outsider to include into your calculations. I think currently 16 to 1 at the betting. Then I want to I want to make a mention of a huge outsider, but I'm sure a horse that's going to run well. I've checked it and weight turnarounds and stuff, and that's number 11, Filippo. Also, it likes to party 2 wins, 2 seconds, a third and a fourth. Course and distance 9-1 runs, 2 wins, 2 seconds, a third and a fourth. Muzi Yeni is riding for his life. And again here, another Toreador. Definitely, I would think Filippo is going to run a huge race today. And I think it's 40 to 1. Can't do it. Trace is also in with a chance. Has also run some very good races against some of the best in the country, Russet Air, and also a horse that you might want to include into your play. Some other horses that we want to look at is number 11, which we did now. And yeah, sorry, I just want to scroll up here. Ultra Magnus is the favorite. Also in with a chance. Last time out ran behind Warriors Race, which finds itself now running in the future. So definitely a horse with a huge chance. Has won a number of races, 5 from 10. Marcus on board, drawn 7. Yeah, that is probably the horse to beat. And uh, also I want to have a look at number 2. Let's go and have a look at number 2. Number 2 is Celtic Warrior. Celtic Voyager. Warren Kennedy is riding from draw 2. Also, this horse has had a few run on this course where it ran second and behind Big Blue Marble last time out. Hasn't beaten the world yet, but I do think it is capable. Grant Cotson, the trainer, and has run fairly well here in Greyville. And I don't think it will have a problem with the poly. So that is then race number 2. So let's move on to race number 3, which is the Pro Sport International Debutant, Grade 2, over 1,200 meters. Here we have number 2 is Static Green. Spring of Caramel, Static Green 2 to 1. Spring of Caramel 5 to 2. Miracle Flight 9 to 2. Vivid Jet 11 to 1. 12 to 1 Sweet Sensation. Shalom Queen 12 to 1. Thumbs Up 18 to 1. 50 Shades and Darker 22 to 1. Keep the Lights On 22 to 1. And Sap Star 40 to 1. So let's have a look here at some of the horses. Thumbs Up is still a maiden running against winners. Yeah, Can Place has not run too bad, but I think the horse to beat here is number 2 is Static Green. Has run against some of the very good horses. Last time out run against No Breeze, and she was a filly against the Colts. Wasn't a disgrace, and I think today Static Green running in this race will be too good for this field. Here we have Sweet Sensation now. I think you should ignore last time. I do think the 1,300 meters might have been a little bit too far and coughing. This horse came with a big reputation, and Cornay speaks on these big days, knows how to get a horse ready. Craig Zaki is riding well. Definitely a nice outsider to include into your play. And then I want to move down to number 10. Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on. Is Justin Smith, Richard Fourie, did manage to win last time out cozily, beating Prime Hard. Before that was running behind Calumera. Jasmine has placed in the future, so keep the lights on. It definitely includes into your calculations. But all in all, I think static light is going to be too strong for this field. Then I want to move down to race number 10. Here we are. It's the Kudu Gold Bracelet Handicap Grade 2 over 2,000 meters, which I have a look at the betting here. And the betting is as follows. Miyabi Gold, even money, 7 to 1, driving Miss Daisy, Sleeping Signal, 10 to 1, Running Brave, 10 to 1, 16 to 1, Perfect Air, Kelpie, 18 to 1, Perfect Tigress, 18 to 1, Victoria Page, 18 to 1, Jetstar, 25 to 1, Moon in June, 25 to 1, Keep Smiling, 53 to 1, Snow Palace, 35 to 1, Escape Club, 66 to 1, and Master Key is at the reserve. So let's have a look at this race. And I think in this race, my Miyabi Gold, 7 to 10, I think is a good price. This horse is run against the best in the country, ran in July, and now finding herself here running a bunch of fillies, which is definitely not in her class. So let's look at some horses that might run into the places. Here we have number 8, Victoria Page. I think this filly is going to improve, has shown some nice promise in the past. Victoria Page, Sean Terry inmate line, Sean Terry inmate line, Lewis riding. It's a Flower Alley. The Flower Alley is running well out of a Jalad mare. Has run against Summer Pudding, some good races. Summer Pudding a champion herself, and I think Keep Smiling can run into the places. I see Danielson is riding. Another horse that you want to look at outside the selection that you want to have a look at, and that's number 11, Running Brave. This horse doesn't know when to give up. Beating Nexus on July, no, it wasn't July Day, but it was one of those future races, running the 1600 meter start to finish. Has won over 2,000, beating Camperatas. So it's not on this course and distance. And that was this race last year. She won beating, so she was the winner last year of this race. So definitely in with a chance again. Driving Miss Daisy also has been running well and has been running about some decent horses, but definitely not in the class of Miyabi Gold. Moon in June was a surprise winner of the Oaks, got up to beat Kelpie. Kelpie again in this race, and I think Kelpie is also in with a chance to find the places in this race. Number 3 with Anton Marcus on board, I think definitely a contender for the places. But all in all, yeah, yes, Perfect Air also running well, can also be involved in the finish. That finished second behind Miyabi Gold, and I think that could be the case again. Perfect Air finishing second behind Miyabi Gold again. Yes, Jetstar won quite a few races recently in Gauteng, um, and unfortunately last time the last 2 races didn't win too good, but do have ability include into your quartet selections. So that then concludes our preview for races 1, 2, 3, and 10. I hope you have a good day, and as I always say, break a leg.